What's good, fam? I know y'all not ready for the mess I'm about to unpack. Trust me, you ain't heard this angle from nobody else. Picture this, the so-called Iceman, the dude a lot of heads once worshipped, standing on stage and out of nowhere, his own fans flipping on him live in front of thousands. Not some random haters, his fans. We talking toilet paper, half-empty water bottles, even whole phones flying through the air. Now I ain't talking about some wild festival or broke down opener. This is Drake, headlining his own shows, and they treating this man like he's doing open mic at the laundromat. It's unreal. This is supposed to be Mr. Untouchable. But now, whole crowd treating him like the main clown at the circus. It's about to get grimy, so stay locked in, cause things only get crazier from here. Let's run it back and dig into why everybody who used to scream "Six God" is turning up on this dude like he ran off with they rent money. Real talk, the L's Drake been holding lately, legendary. First, word moving faster than his weak battle bars about folks straight up wilding at the concerts. Whole vibe switched in those venues. All that fake love he be rapping about, it disappeared the second he hit the stage. Folks was legit coming in as fans, singing the hooks and everything. But by the end, dudes tossing trash like it's a block party, paper flying everywhere, crowd chanting like they want man to retire live. You could see the moment Drake realized it wasn't just a couple of rowdy dudes either. It was the building. That hurt hit different. You could see it in his whole posture. Man up there, looking like he wishes he was invisible. Never thought I'd see a whole arena treat Drake like he was doing half-off stand-up. And yo, the craziest part, this ain't just one show gone live. It was happening multiple times with the TP and bottles and hate flying from all directions. You can't call it a fluke when it keep happening. Drake used to be the dude you couldn't touch. Now he can't dodge these crowd L's. And it wasn't on no throw your phone record a vid energy like you see with Kendrick either. Nah, these folks legit wanted to make dude uncomfortable, like get your corny set off my stage. Drake tried that phony tough guy act, yelling at folks on the mic like he about to start a riot, begging for mosh pits, but nobody was buying it. People looked at him like, bro, chill, your whole vibe washed, go sit down. I'm saying, man, spazzing on stage just makes it worse. Nobody want to be forced to wild out for an artist they just not feeling no more. Crowd ain't dumb, they vibe off energy, and Drake showing up sounding like he about to read bedtime stories instead of perform, automatic L. Now peep this, a lot of people mad because they paid real bread for these tickets, right? Schedule all messed up because he canceling, pushing shows back, blaming travel logistics, but nothing ever adding up. The man straight up ditched that Manchester show, left fans in the cold, no explanation except some PR talk. Folks already flew in, booked hotels, made plans, all for nothing. So when they finally catch him at another city, you already know the energy gonna be off. That's what set the scene for this dumpster fire in the crowd. People ain't coming in ready to party, they're showing up mad, ready to let Drake know he moving like a clown. And you know how rap fans get. It's all love till you start playing with their time and money. Then it's over. This right here is more than catching an L on stage. It's about respect. Fans felt straight up played. They ain't get the show they paid for, so they hit back the only way they could. And bro, for Drake, that's a whole new level of embarrassment. Not just because he's getting booed, but because the mask came off. Fans tired of the fake apologies, tired of industry Drake, felt like he showed up just to cash a check and bounce. Instead of doing something special for the ones that still ride for him, he yelling at them for not acting hype enough when his heart clearly not in it. Now you gotta look at the timing on all this. Same stretch where his biggest rival, Kendrick Lamar, is out here throwing down legendary shows. It's almost cartoonish how opposite the vibes are. While Drake is getting concerts turned into recycling centers, Kendrick got entire stadiums chanting his name like he a world champion. Ain't nobody throwing shade at Kendrick when he gets on stage. It's pure energy, pure love. People literally throwing their phone just to get a shout out or recording, not because they want to smack him with it. Wild difference. But here's why that matters. You see the hype at Kendrick shows, dude be bringing generational energy, making the crowd feel like part of history. Meanwhile, Drake spinning his wheels, looking every bit the washed up vet he teased others about becoming. Kendrick redefining what it means to headline a rap show, and Drake looking more and more like a meme every day. Folks already comparing them online like, look at these two, both been in the same beef, but only one dude still leveling up. Kendrick basically using his moment to usher in a new era, leaving Drake stuck in the past. Can't lie, that's tough to watch, and people clocking it too. But here's a twist some people forget. Let's not act like Drake innocent in this whole crowds turning ugly thing. Back in the day when Pusha T was in Toronto, remember how wild the crowd got on him? Stuff thrown on stage, show getting derailed, it was ugly. But at the time, Drake co-signed all of it, laughed about it, even leaned into those antics like it was just beef business. He cheered for other folks getting humiliated for getting karma, be spinning the block heavy. Fast forward, And now he's the butt of the joke, catching paper and water bottles at his own home show. He been bragging about never switching up or being a snake. Bro, the whole image he tried to sell coming back to bite him. Whole time life got receipts and it sure cashed them in on Drake. Now don't get it twisted. Throwing stuff at artists, that's weak. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. But to see the role flip from Drake being the crowd favorite to Drake being the target, it's wild. It tells a story, bruh. If this was anybody else, I'd say that crowd was out of pocket. But when you look at how Drake carried himself, how he hyped up this energy against other rappers, it started feeling like poetic justice. Instead of reflecting though, man out here talking about how his karma is straight, pretending none of this his fault. It's almost like he living in denial, can't admit that the game left him behind. Y'all, if you still rocking with this breakdown, hit that like button and subscribe right now. I got way more heat coming, and the next part of this story gonna show you just how deep the rabbit hole goes. Don't sleep, cause what happens next is next level madness, I promise. But before I push through to how this saga is only the tip of the iceberg, let me poke at one wild contrast. While Drake catching strays, Kendrick smashing it out the park. The fan response ain't even on the same planet. It's like watching the fall of an old king and the coronation of a new one. Every Kendrick set, folks going home talking about best concert of my life. Real unity, people vibing, strangers hugging, security barely got to deal with anything outside of folks passing out from excitement. Crowd energy feels sacred, and Kendrick feeds off it, moving like he knows he's the centerpiece of the culture. Because honestly, right now, he is. Meanwhile, every new Drake show, media already looking for the next viral flop. Crowd shots show people standing still, checking their phone, only moving when drinks get spilled. No euphoria, just disappointment. The Aubrey hive on the verge of extinction can't spin this no more. Drake keeps fumbling opportunities to make it right, apologizing without meaning it, acting like fans owe him, but the room, icy cold. That's how far the mighty done fell. Stick around, cause things only get wilder as we peel back why this beef with Kendrick, flip the script, and how Drake's answers just keep making it worse for himself. What happened next got industry, insiders, and regular fans both scratching their heads. Now let's get into why this feud ain't just some tired rap beef poem. This is real consequences territory, and nobody feeling it more than Drake right now. See, ever since that Kendrick Lamar Not Like Us show, it's been a whole different climate for the boy. When Kendrick came out at the Super Bowl, whole world was tuned in. That performance felt like a coronation, not just another event. Man had the stadium chanting his lines like they rehearsed it for months, and the energy bounced across the globe. Dude had folks in London, Detroit, South Africa, all talking about how Not Like Us hit different live, and you could feel it. That song basically became the anthem for every Drake hater, but even fans of both couldn't deny how Kendrick's crowd looked like they'd riot for him before they'd ever throw anything at him. That love was real, not forced. Meanwhile, Drake's still walking around stuck on autopilot, acting like this beef a promo tour, but the people ain't buying into it no more. You look online and everywhere, it's side-by-side videos. Kendrick hitting the splits on stage, crowds roaring, confetti in the air, people losing it. Then Drake stuck in the middle of his set looking tired, trash at his feet, fake smoke blowing everywhere like that's supposed to cover the L's. The contrast couldn't be bigger. And let's be real, bruh, the internet never forgets. Every time Drake tries to flex or drop a slick diss, folks pull up them clips in Toronto where he laughed when Pusha T was getting wild disrespect. Like, bro, you built this carnival, now you dancing with the clowns. Poetic justice hit him like a brick, no cap. But yo, let me be clear, everybody around the industry watched this shift, not just fans. You think labels, booking agents, venue promoters, they ain't seeing these headlines? Nobody want to bet on an artist whose crowd might turn on them. Even the artist friends Drake tried to big up in recent years, some of them moving real quiet, pretending they ain't seen him catch deals on stage. When the cool factor drops, you start feeling it everywhere. Streaming numbers wobble, rollout plans get shaky, and suddenly nobody want to be the one propping up a fallen king. It's wild to see how the tables turn that fast. Now, a lot of heads will hit the brakes here. Chill, reflect, maybe even drop an apology track. Show they human. Not Drake, my guy sliding deeper into denial at every turn. You seen him on live trying to brush off these bad shows? Little passive comments like, that's just an angry section, or haters been out here, acting like it's bots in the seats instead of fans who actually paid to see him. Fam, that's not how you win them back. That's just turning folks even colder. Drake been real quick to block out criticism for years. He want all the good love, but the moment it get rough, he out here trying to blame everybody but himself. That ain't how you are secured in this game. If anything, it just make you look more like you hiding. But let's not forget, every artist falls off for a minute. What matters is how you respond. Look at Kendrick. Man always goes quiet, pops back up, and shakes the whole scene with something nobody saw coming. When he did that surprise show in LA, he brought local kids up, Let the neighborhood have stage time, pour back into the culture that made him. That's why his fans got his back forever. It's deeper than streams, it's respect. Meanwhile, Drake still stuck on me versus the world, screaming at people to like him while they holding up signs basically saying, retire, bro. That's not a misunderstanding, that's a full disconnect. You could argue Drake always been polarizing, but at least before the numbers matched the talk. Now, those empty seats, them slow crowd reactions, all the TP photos going viral, none of that lines up with superstar status. It's different when Kendrick can pack any arena, show love, and then log off the internet like it's no pressure. Drake gotta realize that no amount of online arguing or sneak dissing is bringing the energy back if the root problem ain't fixed. Let's talk about solutions, cause you know I ain't just here to roast all day. If Drake wanna get his respect back, he gotta reinvent. And I don't mean drop more forced Afro beats tracks. Man gotta show his fans it's about them, not just the bag. Start by acknowledging these L's and keeping it honest, not brushing off cancellations or trying to gaslight fans that's still pissed about Manchester. If you mess up, own it like a grown dude. Pull a real moment at one of these shows. Let the crowd say their piece, talk to them direct. Give folks a reason to believe you care, not just trying to chase what Kendrick got. If he showed the same level of real that made him big during Take Care or Nothing Was the Same, maybe crowds would forgive, maybe he bounced back. But trying to stand on nostalgia while ignoring real-time problems, that's how you fade out with zero legacy. Another thing that could flip it for Drake, collaborate with folks that ain't just yes men. Drop something with a hungry up-and-coming artist instead of just hopping on safe billion-stream remixes. Look at what Kendrick did with Baby Keem. He plugged his family, made new sounds, and reminded everybody why his sound stays fresh. If Aubrey could co-sign the next real movement and not just come off desperate to be trending, people might check for him again. Got to remind him why anyone wanted to root for him in the first place. And don't get it twisted. This ain't about picking teams, Drake versus Kendrick, like it's some Marvel crossover. It's about who's still hungry. Right now, the difference clear as day. Kendrick feel like he just getting started. Still hungry, still want the crown. Drake moved like somebody who mad folks aren't still in love with what he gave out 10 years ago. You can't bully people into loving you, bruh. Not in this culture. Let me toss one more surprise in the mix. Don't be shocked if we see OVO scrambling soon, switching up entire branding just to get away from this trash man meme. Drake been the face of calculated internet marketing. It'd almost be sad if it wasn't so messy. Heard rumors he trying to get legal with Universal about leaks or unauthorized drops, acting like that's why the new music ain't connecting. Fam, it's not about leaks, it's about the connection. If you lose that, all that money, all the followers, it don't mean squat. But here's what's wild. For years, Drake's whole appeal was man of the people. Every hood, every city, every club, they all had love. He was everywhere. Now he gotta work just to have 50% of the crowd not booing. Doesn't matter if you once sold out Madison Square Garden, mess around with fans trust enough, they'll make you regret every lazy move, every fake apology. Folks from the bottom already know loyalty and authenticity can't be bought, and them crowds remind you real quick. So I'ma leave y'all with this. Legacy ain't about how many times your song hit the charts. It's about what the people feel when your name comes up. Drake got some work to do. If he want his name mentioned as king again, be humble, fix the energy, stop ducking the real feedback. Cause trust me, fans always got a way to let you know when they're off you. And sometimes the signs come flying at your face, literally. So let's be real, Drake been the clown of his own circus lately, but it don't gotta end like that. If he wants to, he could hit the reset, actually pay respect to the fans that built him up, not just the suits in the boardroom, but only time will tell if he listens before it's too late. Now, y'all let me know in the comments, you think Drake can bounce back or is this the final chapter? What would you do if you was in his shoes? Don't forget to subscribe if you're still here. I got plenty more wild stories lined up. And trust me, you don't want to miss the next one. We moving different this year. Stay up and always keep it real. Keep it.